water was not considered, water and sanitation. We always have water and irrigation, or water at, the county level. Then we had the municipal council there. Now we find water and sanitation. But when you talk about the essence of water, we are still not getting enough water even where we should. So let's look at the last mile connectivity. So what is the status report on this?
Maybe before I go to giving the status report, I would like first of all to maybe give a background information. As you've rightly said, investments in water for a long time has not been adequate, and that's why we are lagging behind. Then when we were now coming into the new dispensation of the Constitution, our drafters realized that there had to be a more deliberate effort by government, or we had to compel government to be more deliberate in the provision of water. So what was done was, under Article 43, water was made a right to citizen. So which meant that government had to be deliberate, has to invest, and then there are pronouncements under the UN and other Africa, like Africa Agenda, where a certain proportion of the GDP has to be dedicated to water and sanitation. Now, for the purpose of for the case of Kenya, I think we have the proper grounding. We have put water and sanitation as a right, basic right to a human being, and that is where we give water to to the citizens, and also making sanitation as a dignity conferment to our people. And so on the basis of that, after the new constitution, we've been now more deliberate in allocation of resources. And at the onset of the constitution, I think the allocation for water was around 2 billion shillings, and that was in 2010. But as we are talking now, the allocation to water has risen to a high of 90 billion. And that's why you're able to see quite a number of projects that have been ongoing in the country. You've heard of Karumenu Dam, which is here in supplying water to Nairobi. The Northern Collector was a product of that effort. Thwake Dam, which you mentioned earlier on, which is also under implementation, and so many other projects. It's only that in this recent last 2-3 years, because of the fiscal space, that high allocation up to 90 billion has declined. Now it's around about 47 billion. But we believe as the economy improves, we will again continue increasing the allocations to water. So that's why there've been a slow delivery of water projects. But that notwithstanding, some of the milestones that we've been able to achieve over the last 3 years is that when this administration started, water coverage was at 70%. Now we are at 73%. That means 73% of the population is getting water within reasonable distance. Either within your house or within a kilometer maximum from your home. So 73% of citizens are getting water at that close. We've also expanded sanitation, especially well managed. And this is where now we have, when we talk about sanitation, we say about 93% Kenyans have access to sanitation facilities. However, the proper sewerage is very low. And this was mainly the investments was mainly in the urban centers, the former municipalities. But again, over